2 years with the Pixel 7 Pro, and it's time to share my thoughts. When I first unboxed this phone, I was excited about its potential. And now, after extensive use, I can confidently say it has truly held up. Let's dive in. Since day one, I've been amazed by the Pixel 7 Pro's versatile camera capabilities, whether using the telephoto lens for distant shots or the macro mode for intricate close-ups. The image quality has continued to stand out. It might look like just a phone, but it is a creative tool that provides reliable backup when my professional camera isn't on hand. Let's talk about some pros and cons. The night sight mode has proven to be a reliable companion, brightening night scenes with minimal noise, and adding the zoom capability to the mix. I haven't been shy about pushing it to its limits. Even at high zoom levels, the AI continues to work wonders, maintaining detail impressively. This is particularly true when photographing the full moon. I received countless compliments on the shots I've captured. To complement the Pixel 7 Pro's impressive camera performance, excellent editing software is essential. And it did not disappoint me. I frequently took advantage of tools like Portrait Blur, Unblur, and Magic Eraser for quick touch-ups. And they weren't just like flashy features I tried once and forgot. They genuinely added value to my editing process. While the phone supports shooting in RAW, I'm mostly stuck to JPEG for convenience. Editing RAW typically requires a dedicated app like Lightroom, and my main goal has been to capture excellent photos instantly. However, with the Pixel's powerful built-in software, I'm now considering making more use of RAW. I'm diving deep into the camera features here, so if you're enjoying these insights, I have a more comprehensive review of the Pixel 7 Pro that you can check out here. But before you head out, stick around. I'm about to cover some of the cons of the Pixel 7 Pro that you should know. A major drawback I found with the Pixel 7 Pro is its choppy zooming transition. Switching between zoom levels feels abrupt and disrupts the smoothness of capturing content. Many of you ask if Pixel or iPhone is better, and I can now say that iPhones handle these transitions much more smoothly. And if you film often, this might be something to consider, because this is an area that could use improvement. While the phone's camera excels with its wide angle, zoom, and macro capabilities, the front lens does lag behind a bit. It is a 10.8 megapixel lens. This means it might not offer the same high level of detail, dynamic range, and versatility as a rare cameras. For example, I recently tried to take a Halloween selfie in low light, and the image noise was undeniable. The illuminator ring around the front camera lens is a nice touch, but I have to admit I haven't used it much. On the other hand, if you're filming a video in daylight, the front camera performs well and the video stabilization is effective. Overall, the phone remains a powerhouse for photographers and videographers like myself. My husband is now using my Pixel 7 Pro, and let's see what he thinks.
So I got Sina's Pixel 7 Pro when she upgraded. I don't use the camera as much as she does, but it is pretty amazing. I'm a terrible photographer. I shake, but it makes me look good. Like, the AI is very good at adjusting things for me. And overall, this is a really nice phone. The display is great. Yeah, enjoyed it a lot.
In the next video, I'll be comparing the Pixel 7 Pro and Pixel 8 Pro, highlighting their differences and similarities. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and you might want to stick around, because this is just the start of the Pixel 8 Pro series. I'll see you on the next one. Hi everyone, I'm so excited to share some of the awesome upgrades on the Pixel 8 Pro with you today, especially compared to the Pixel 7 Pro. As someone who loves exploring what smartphone cameras can do, there are a few standout features here that really caught my attention and made a big difference for me. First up, let's talk about high-res mode. Both the Pixel 7 Pro and Pixel 8 Pro come with a 50 megapixel main sensor, and they both deliver gorgeous photos with vibrant colors, fantastic dynamic range, and lots of details. But here's a big difference. Only the Pixel 8 Pro lets you shoot in the full 50 megapixel resolution. Pixel 7 Pro uses pixel binning to create 12.5 megapixel images at 1x zoom, which means it combines smaller pixels into larger super pixels. This makes a big difference in light capture, detail, while keeping file sizes more manageable. Honestly, while 50 megapixels sounds amazing on the Pixel 8 Pro, the difference in real-world photo quality between these two phones isn't massive for everyday use, but it's still a cool feature to have. Now, you might be wondering, why promote 50 megapixel on the Pixel 7 Pro if you can't fully utilize it? That's a fair question. My take? It's probably more about marketing than anything else. Higher megapixels just sound impressive. Unfortunately, because the pixel binning is built into the hardware of the Pixel 7 Pro, there's no way to enable full 50 megapixel shots with a software update. It is what it is, but it still takes incredible photos. What really excites me about the Pixel 8 Pro is the new Pro controls. With manual settings like ISO, shutter speed, and white balance, it is a fantastic option for anyone who loves having more control over their photography, just like I do. Next up, the ultra-wide camera, which is a major upgrade on the Pixel 8 Pro. The resolution has leaped from 12 megapixel on the Pixel 7 Pro to an impressive 48 megapixel on the Pixel 8 Pro. This is a game changer for anyone who loves capturing expensive landscapes and intricate details. What's even better is that the Pixel 8 Pro adds autofocus on the ultra-wide lens. This means you can take stunning close-up shots with incredible detail, something the Pixel 7 Pro couldn't do because it relied on a fixed focus lens. The only small trade-off is that those 48 megapixel images take up more storage and can use a bit more battery. It's amazing to see how far technology has come, making phones capable of capturing distant subjects with such clarity. Both phones offer impressive zoom capabilities, allowing you to shoot all the way up to 30x. For anyone who's tried to photograph the full moon with older phones and ended up with a blurry white blob, you'll appreciate just how much things have improved. However, if you're someone who loves the details like I do, there are a few things to consider. The Pixel 7 Pro performs beautifully up to 5x optical zoom, but beyond that, you begin to see slight color shifts and a bit of camera shake. I'm not including example photos for every zoom level here, but when you play with the zoom levels, you're forced to pick a good one, if that makes sense. This is because the Pixel 7 Pro relies on super res zoom, which blends data from multiple frames. While it works well most of the time, it can reveal some flaws at extreme zoom levels or in low light conditions. Now, is that a deal breaker? Again, it depends on your level with the cameras and what you want to get out of it. The Pixel 8 Pro, however, does a much better job. I feel like the color balance across different zoom levels is better. You might find it sharpened a bit too much or notice minimal color shifts depending on the lighting. The Pixel 8 Pro introduced a new zoom enhance tool that really helps by letting you clean up long-range shots, reducing noise and improving detail. I feel like that feature makes the whole zoom experience feel like a noticeable upgrade. Before I go, remember that digital zoom has its limitations, even on high-end phones, and perfection is still a way off. If you want unmatched quality, a DSLR with a telephoto lens is the way to go. But if you're not ready for professional gear, the Pixel 7 Pro and Pixel 8 Pro are fantastic alternatives with powerful computational zoom and impressive results for everyday photography. In the next video, I'll talk about why I switched to the Pixel 8 Pro. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. If you have any questions, I'll do my best to answer them. If you don't have any questions, I'll see you on the next one. In October 2023, Google launched Video Boost on the Pixel 8 Pro, offering higher video resolution, a feature that convinced me to upgrade from my Pixel 7 Pro. As someone who travels and films a lot, the improved ultra-wide camera and enhanced zoom sealed the deal. After a year of using it, I'm here to give you a very straightforward look at whether these upgrades really live up to the hype. Okay, let's start setting up the Video Boost. Open the Google Camera app and switch to video mode. Tap the icon at the bottom left or swipe up to access video settings. Go ahead and turn on Video Boost. To confirm that Video Boost is activated, check for this icon in the upper left corner of the viewfinder. Here's a footage so you can compare the boosted and non-boosted versions. How Video Boost works. When a scene is dark enough, you'll get a prompt to turn on Video Boost and try night side video. Video Boost must be manually enabled for each recording. By default, it records at 4K resolution and 30 frames per second, which is the maximum supported on the Pixel 8 Pro, while the Pixel 9 Pro and Pixel 9 Pro XL allow for 8K recording. The Pixel 7 Pro doesn't support Video Boost at all. Stick with the default setting on the Pixel 8 Pro for the best results. The Video Boost feature on the Pixel 8 Pro is only available on the main rear camera, so you can't use it in selfie mode. It is limited to zoom levels between 1x and 2x with a maximum recording time of 10 minutes. Here's an important detail. The processing happens in the cloud on Google's servers. So when you record with Video Boost, the raw footage is uploaded to Google's servers for advanced processing. This step utilizes advanced algorithms to enhance details, reduce noise, and improve overall quality. Once the processing is complete, now the boosted video is sent back to your phones. You'll also need a stable internet connection and some patience, as the process can take a while, depending on the length and complexity of your footage. For example, I filmed a 5-second clip and it took almost 45 minutes to process. So keep this in mind when deciding to record with Video Boost. It is a powerful tool, but it comes with some trade-offs. Final thoughts on Video Boost. Let's address the elephant in the room one more time. Having a 30-second clip take hours to process is a major drawback. Google needs to tackle this to make the feature practical for everyday users. Also, extending Video Boost to ultra-wide and telephoto lenses would make it much more versatile and appealing. Do I like this feature? Of course I do, but there's clear room for improvement, and I hope Google takes these issues seriously in the future updates. The Ultra camera is another feature that convinced me to switch to Pixel 8 Pro. Its 48-megapixel sensor and improved autofocus, as I highlighted in my comparison with the Pixel 7 Pro, truly stand out. If you're a visual storyteller, the ultra-wide camera is your best friend. It pulls the viewers into the scene and even makes something as simple as walking look captivating. Not to mention, it captures intricate details while embracing the atmospheric beauty of vast landscapes. With the excellent video stabilization, there's no reason not to feel like a pro. Speaking of the ultra-wide angle, there's also the panorama feature, which is fine, but it doesn't compare to Photosphere. The immersive 360-degree views that Photosphere offers are unmatched for real estate, architecture, or cultural sites. It is a niche feature, which might be why it is no longer available on the Pixel 8 Pro. They left it behind with the Pixel 7 Pro. Last but not least, the zoom range and the improved quality, truly impressive. I mentioned this in a previous video, but it's worth highlighting again because I take a lot of zoomed in photos and the results are consistently crisp. When it comes to video, the highest zoom can be a bit shaky, but mounting the phone on a tripod, especially for shots like the moon, makes a big difference. While it's not quite on par with a telephoto lens, setting realistic expectations is key. Let me know if this covers everything you want to know about this, and if there's any specific question you have, I'll do my best to answer it. In the next video, I'll be testing the Pixel 8 Pro for astrophotography on the east side of the Sierra Nevada. This will be a short trip, so if you're enjoying this series, please like and subscribe to stay tuned. I'll see you on the next one. With all the buzz about orbs and drones in the sky, how amazing would it be to capture one using Pixel 8 Pro?
This continues to be the Twilight Zone, and I feel like Carrie in Homeland with the boys.
I'm witnessing a portal.
Why does it have to be a
opening
classified
up?
briefing if these are just hobbyist drones? They're
It's a fugazi, it's a wazi, it's a woozy, it's a fairy dust. It doesn't exist. It's never landed. It is no matter. It's not on the elemental chart. It's not fucking real.
Maybe. Why not? But for today, let's talk about how astrophotography works on Pixel 8 Pro and share some tips to increase your chances of capturing a stunning sky image. Let me first show you how to use it on your phone. Start by placing your phone on a tripod or any steady surface. Switch your camera to night side mode, go to the bottom left corner, swipe up and turn on Astrophotography Auto. Then set the focus to far. When the shutter icon changes from a moon to stars, tap it. Once you hit the shutter, a 4-minute countdown will start. So that's the main setup. But to get the best possible results, do not skip these next steps. First one, find a dark location away from city lights. To shoot this video, we drove to Mono Lake, which is an excellent place to observe one of the most spectacular Milky Way skies. If you're not sure where to start, use a light pollution map to find the clear skies near you. Second one, once you've chosen your location, timing is crucial. Aim for a cloudless, clear night. This can be tricky sometimes as forecasts are not always reliable, so you'll need to take a leap of faith. Third one, shoot during a new moon for the darkest skies. Even some moonlight can diminish the visibility of stars. The key is to avoid all light sources. And finally, dress warmly. I like to bring heat pads, hats, gloves, snacks to stay comfortable. You might think you know how long you'll be out, but it's easy to lose track of time as you fine-tune your camera or reposition for that perfect shot. Although I recommend following these steps, I couldn't fully stick to them myself. By the time I decided to shoot at Mono Lake, the moon wasn't in an ideal phase. And with only a week before snow was forecasted to blank the area, I had to test the phone's astrophotography feature to create this video. But I have some shots, take a look at them. These are from that night. I also recommend editing them either directly on the phone or if you have access to Lightroom, that's an even better option. My phone did not overheat, even after several 4-minute sessions of shooting the night sky, and I bet some of you are curious about that. If you have any other questions though, feel free to drop them in the comments and I'll do my best to answer them. Astrophotography is such a hot topic when it comes to phones, and I'm excited to share my examples with you. And who knows, maybe I'll even run into some of those drones or orbs everyone's talking about. On December 30, the moon will be in its new moon phase with 0% illumination. I'm hoping for clear skies and preparing to brave the cold, so stay tuned. It'll be my first video of 2025. In the next video, I'll dive into another exciting topic, the video settings on Pixel 8 Pro. By the way, I'm using it to film it right now. I mean, isn't it amazing? Yeah. We definitely need to talk about it. If you're enjoying this series, don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. I'll see you on the next one. Remember those flip books from childhood? You flip through the pages and the train starts moving. Flip too slowly and the motion looks choppy. Flip faster and the motion becomes more seamless to our eyes. Each page is like a frame in a video, and the speed at which you flip through them is like the frames per second in video. But is it always better to go faster, or are there moments that slightly flawed, choppy moments can actually enhance the story? Pixel 8 Pro offers options of 24, 30, 60 frames per second, and in this video I'll break down how each setting creates a distinct viewing experience and share the best FPS resolution combinations for different filming occasions. Let's dive in. So what's the difference between 24, 30, 60 FPS, right? And you might think frame rates don't matter much until you upload to social media and notice the quality isn't what you expected, or your phone storage fill ups faster than you anticipated. So understanding the basics can be very helpful. At the very least, you can choose an FPS setting, set it, and forget it. Frame rate refers to how many frames are packed into 1 second of video. If a video is captured and played back at 24 FPS, it means each second consists of 24 distinct still images. Our brains consciously process around 40 distinct moments per second, so frames per second, and watching something at 24 FPS means we perceive the slightly flawed, imperfect motion. Apparently, that's a good thing for cinema.
Et le cinéma, c'est 24 fois la vérité par seconde.
While it might seem like an arbitrary number, whether it's due to nostalgia or decades of conditioning watching movies from Hollywood, 24 FPS has come to feel uniquely cinematic. When you watch your favorite 90s sitcom at 60 FPS, it feels strange, doesn't it? Or The Lord of the Rings. Suddenly, it looks like everyone is moving unnaturally fast. The acting looks comical or something just feels off. Our brains go into disbelief. On the flip side, if you grow up with 60 FPS as the standard, then 24 FPS might actually look bad to you. This is a debated topic, but the idea behind the motion blur at 24 FPS is that it adds a nice cinematic feel, especially suited for storytelling, cinema, and visual arts. Increasing the frame rate to 30 and 60 reduces motion blur and creates a more realistic look for fast-paced action. While 30 FPS is set to offer the best of both worlds, blending the cinematic feel of 24 FPS with the smoothness of 60 FPS, it doesn't fully deliver on that promise. Its real advantage lies in saving more storage than 60 FPS while still capturing more frames than 24 FPS. Use 60 frames per second when high-definition imagery is a priority, whether it's gaming, filming a basketball game, or creating a ski tutorial for educational purposes. With 60 FPS, you can slow down footage and analyze each scene frame by frame, making it ideal for capturing detailed motion and fast-paced action. I think there's a growing demand for higher frame rates, as most modern TVs are now designed to handle a wide range of frame rates. Gamers, broadcasters, and content creators increasingly prefer higher frame rates for its smoothness and clarity. It is hard to beat the quality it delivers. In fact, I'm filming this video at 60 FPS. While settings like resolution, stabilization, and HDR are also important, they don't impact how motion is captured or perceived as much as frame rate does, but I'm gonna dive into resolution HDR in a little bit. Should I use 4K or 1080p for my videos? So, resolution refers to the amount of detail in your video, measured by pixels. On the Pixel 8 Pro, you can choose 1080p or 4K resolution for any rate. If you're not planning to showcase your footage on a large screen, 1080p is your best bet. It saves storage and is high quality enough. Platforms like Instagram don't support 4K playback and compress videos anyway, so 1080p works perfectly. HDR. or high dynamic range. It enhances your footage by adding depth to color and contrast. For example, at a birthday party, the colorful balloons will appear more true to life, or in a landscape shot, the clouds will look more dramatic. It's a nice feature that mimics how our eyes naturally see the world. HDR is optimized for 24 FPS and 30 FPS and isn't available at 60 FPS. If you often shoot at 20 or 30, check your phone settings now to ensure HDR is enabled. Once it's on, you can leave it and forget it. Does higher FPS always mean better video quality? Not always. The key is to align the frame rate with the purpose and emotion of your video. It is not about what's better, but more about what fits your goal. For example, if you're filming a family moment like birthday or Christmas, I would use 30 FPS to capture the smooth motion of the event without being overly cinematic, unless that's what you want. I would turn on HDR to capture vibrant colors of the event and set the resolution to 1080p for easy social media sharing. For sports and fitness, if you are recording workouts or yoga sessions, use 60 FPS because later you can slow it down and show the scene frame by frame. For resolution, I would pick 1080p because this will be shared on social media. If you're filming nature, hiking trails, rainbows, storms, use 30 FPS to balance smooth motion and lifelike details. Turn HDR on to enhance vivid colors and bring out shadows and highlights in dynamic weather scenes. Set the resolution to 4K because you want to capture those intricate details. For cityscapes at night, I would use 30 FPS with HDR on. That way I would prevent highlights like neon signs from overexposing. Set the resolution to 4K for enhanced detail and clarity. Hope that covers everything, and if you have any questions about the video settings, drop them in the comments. There's no right or wrong question, so ask them away. In the next video, I'll dive back into astrophotography, sharing examples from Black Rock City, Nevada. I'll capture the dark sky during the dark moon on December 31st, 2024. If you like this series, please like and subscribe so you don't miss out on anything. I'll see you on the next one, and Happy New Year! Welcome back to Astrophotography Part 2. Today we are heading to Gerlach, one of the darkest spots in northern Nevada. According to the light pollution map, this nearby area has minimal light pollution. I really like the terrain here, with its vast mountains and endless flat roads stretching into the horizon. I think it's perfect for night photography. If you followed my series, you know timing is crucial in astrophotography, just like when using Astro mode on the Pixel 8 Pro. I'm sticking to my checklist here: tripod, check, warm clothes, check, and a clear to minimally cloudy sky, check, all under a black moon. Yes, it's December 30, 2024, we are under a black moon, a day I specifically chose. A black moon, like any new moon, isn't visible in the night sky. Without moonlight, the stars shine brighter, providing perfect conditions for stargazing and astrophotography. So let's see what we capture with Pixel 8 Pro. As we approach Gerlach, clouds have started to roll in, so we had to turn the car around, searching for a clearer patch of sky with striking rock formations to enhance the shots. We're parked here now and are waiting for the sun to set. I mounted the Pixel 8 Pro on a tripod and started capturing various parts of the sky. Let me know what you think about the shots in the comments. forget to shoot in RAW and edit your photos later so you can bring out all the details in your shots. You can use Affinity Photo 2, Skylum Luminar Neo, or my go-to editing program Lightroom. If you want to learn how to set up for Astro mode on Pixel 8 Pro and the key things to watch out for before heading out, definitely check my earlier Astro video in the Pixel 8 Pro series. We're packing up to head out. The stars were incredibly bright and we even witnessed meteors carving across the sky. It's not just about capturing the moment but also living it, so I hope you enjoy your time out there. In the next video, I'll take a pause to answer some of the questions I've received from you, and if you like this video, please like and subscribe so you don't miss what's coming up. I'll see you on the next one. Pixel 8 Pro, you got questions, I got answers, 5 of them, let's go! Is the Pixel 9 worth upgrading from the Pixel 8 Pro, or why am I not reviewing the Pixel 9 series? In my opinion, the Pixel 9 series doesn't bring any groundbreaking innovations in camera capabilities to justify upgrading from the Pixel 8 Pro. The main distinction is the ultra-wide, I'll put it here, the ultra-wide aperture size, which is a subtle difference. While there are some video and photo AI enhancements and a slightly refined user experience, I think these changes aren't impactful enough to make the upgrade worthwhile. Both phones feature a 50-megapixel main camera and super res zoom, so I think the core camera performance remains essentially the same. So for now, I consider the Pixel 8 Pro to be a future-proof choice, and I believe it's often better to wait 2 generations between phone upgrades to see a meaningful difference. So that's why I'm holding off for the Pixel 10 release instead. I hope that explains. Second question, which one is better, iPhone or Pixel 8 or Pixel 9? Drum rolls! I would pick the Pixel phone. Surprise, surprise! Now, if you're already using other Apple devices, the iPhone does offer a more integrated workflow, especially for security reasons. For example, if your laptop is locked, you can unlock it with your iPhone, right? When it comes to camera quality, if video stabilization or cinematic mode is more important to you, I think the iPhone still has an edge over the latest Pixel phones. I've said this before, the iPhone's zoom transitions are far more seamless compared to the Pixels. But that doesn't mean the Pixel's video quality isn't great. When recording at up to 30 FPS, you can choose between standard, lock, or active mode for video stabilization. Plus, it has a cinematic mode that works perfectly, which I'll explore more in my future videos, and it's great for vlogging. That said, I'll stand by this. The zooming on Pixel phones could be improved, and I think it should be improved ASAP, but it's not a deal breaker for me. What is my favorite set and forget camera setting on Pixel 8 Pro? When I film for YouTube, I use the highest FPS because more and more people prefer watching videos in the highest resolution possible, especially for those watching on larger screens. And this is also the feedback I got from viewers. Other than that, it depends on the scene. For example, if it's snowing here, like it is right now, it just looks nicer when I switch it down to 24 FPS, and you know, it adds a cinematic touch. So I like that, but I don't have a one-size-fits-all setting. Someone asked me my best editing tips for shots taking with Astro mode. So definitely shoot in RAW format to retain as much detail as possible, which gives you more flexibility in editing. I will highly suggest using Lightroom or Snapseed, some formal photo editing application. And actually, let me walk you through an example here. Alright, I'm in the Lightroom mobile app. I'm editing the sky and foreground separately. So now I start by masking the sky, and I will adjust the contrast and exposure to refine the brightness and details. Then I will move to the effects panel and use dehaze to enhance the texture of the Milky Way. You can also increase the clarity as well. Next, I mask the foreground using a radial gradient tool. A brush or linear gradient tool works too, your choice. I then increase the exposure to make the foreground more visible. I hope you like the result. Question 5, how to safely deal with wild animals in the dark. I think this is a great question because safety always comes first. My experience with wild animals has been limited so far, though I mostly take photos at night in national parks, deserts, and urban areas. The first thing that comes to mind is snake bite protection. I recommend looking up snake gaiters for reference. I just checked them with my husband and he reminded me that we also carry pepper spray, especially in areas where people nearby, because in his words, people can sometimes be the most dangerous. I think he has a point. Staying aware is key. I would read the park information, make noise while walking, talking, or laughing helps, and let the wildlife know you're there. And having a good light source is essential. It helps you see where you're going and avoid surprising any wildlife. Mountain lions come to mind, but they're not likely to mess with people. They tend to stay far, far away. My encounters have been uneventful, and I like to keep it that way. One time, bats repeatedly flew over me in a narrow valley in Death Valley. I've also seen raccoons scavenging leftovers from a dumpster near where we were shooting in San Francisco. I don't like raccoons, find them pretty dangerous, but my reaction at the time was non-reactionary. Since neither my husband nor I carried food in our backpacks, we simply just observed and let the animals go about their business. That's it for the 5 questions. Let me know if you have more, and I'll be happy to cover them in the future video or in the comments. And I hope you find this video useful. In the next video, I'll show you how to utilize the different modes on the Pixel 8 Pro and how they can impact your video creation. Since I'll be out of town, it'll be a travel video. So stay tuned and don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Natural light, zoom, portraits. Google says this camera is pro, but can it survive a real trip? I'll share a few photos from the US and various locations in the Caribbean and show you how the Pixel 8 Pro's camera performed on the go and in different lighting conditions. Every shot you see in this video was captured with the Pixel 8 Pro. Let's dive in. I started taking photos just after takeoff. One of my favorite shots on a trip is always the ones that I take from the plane. Despite the motion blur when I zoomed in, the stabilization helped me capture some amazing shots. At high altitudes, you often get a blue or gray haze that makes landscapes look washed out. But after some editing, the colors and details really popped. A tip for reducing glare: hold your phone as close to the window as possible. This helps minimize reflections and gives you a clearer shot. Sun, fog, overcast, even rain. I experienced it all. As expected, the Pixel 8 Pro enhanced the bright tones and colors captured under the Caribbean sun. I used a Lightroom preset too. Approaching Belize City, the overcast sky wasn't very picturesque, but I liked the landscape. Then, fog rolled over the Caribbean, and it looked like a movie poster. I also caught a rainbow, but it had to be heavily masked and edited in Lightroom to really stand out. And of course, the sunset colors in Tampa, Florida were captured beautifully by the Pixel 8 Pro. My self-portrait shots really surprised me. The way I was posing, I was backlit, and my face was in shade. Editing these in Lightroom was fun. I used the camera in selfie mode, where the front lens has a 10.5 megapixel sensor. Had I used a rear camera, I'd be utilizing way more pixels. Regardless, I love these shots, and I don't usually print photos from my phone, but maybe that'll change starting today. I finally found a situation where it was nearly impossible to get a sharp shot of the moon. Why? The shit was moving. I always say get a tripod for moon shots, but maybe I should start adding and stable ground to that advice too. Some overcast photos, I'd consider them the worst ones, but that had nothing to do with the phone itself. The photos were true to reality, and reality just wasn't that exciting. Closing the video with some bonus tips on using the Pixel 8 Pro's features. If you spot a fast-moving subject, you can quote-unquote freeze the moment with Action Pan, or slow time with long exposure. Have you ever used these features? Would you like to know more about them? Let me know in the comments. Another standout tool is Magic Eraser, which Pixel heavily marketed in their ads, and it does a pretty good job in my opinion. Okay, I'm gonna give you a few more tips before we wrap up. Don't forget to shoot in RAW to truly do justice to your amazing shots. Remember, you can extract frames from your videos and use them as photos. If you post online often, especially on Instagram, keep in mind that their compression Instagram algorithm reduces file sizes or faster loading, which can make photos look dimmed in stories. To counter this, adjust the highlights and exposure. If you're enjoying this series, don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. I'll see you on the next one.